The worst meet the parents dinner in history. I'd been with Kate for a year. She was perfect, and I was head over heels in love. Finally, the day came. The day I was going to meet her parents. Kate had warned me that her mom was an angel, but her dad, well, her dad was ex-military, a man with a vice grip handshake and a stare that could stop a train. I had been stressing for a week, and on the day of the dinner, just my luck, I ate a questionable burrito from a food truck. It was a mistake. By mid-afternoon, I could feel a civil war brewing in my stomach, twisting, gurgling, a full-on revolution. I was praying for a miracle. When I stood at the door of their perfect house, I was pale as a ghost. Her mom, an angel, just like Kate said, answered. She greeted me warmly, all smiles. Then Kate appeared, and behind her, he did. Mark, tall, broad, with a face carved from stone. He walked up, shook my hand, and crushed it. "Good evening," he said in a voice that could shatter rocks. I felt the front line in my stomach shift into dangerous territory. We sat down at the table. Kate's mom placed a plate of pot roast in front of me, and I felt like every move I made was a risk. Somewhere under the table, their old terrier, a dog named Buddy, was circling around. At least he seemed to like me. Mark was silent. He just watched. I felt like I was in an interrogation. And then, in that tense silence, it happened. I couldn't stop it. A sharp, treacherous pfft escaped from my ass. I froze. Time stood still. I was sure this was it, that I'd be thrown out immediately. I could feel my face turning bright red. And then Mark, without even looking at me, glared fiercely under the table and shouted in a booming voice, "Buddy!" A wave of unbelievable relief washed over me. He blamed the dog. What a great guy. He saved me. I smiled with a gratitude that he, of course, did not acknowledge. The conversation somehow moved on. A few minutes later, as Kate's mom was talking about their vacation, my internal saboteur attacked again. This time, louder, more distinct. Again, that deadly silence. Again, everyone's eyes on the table. Again, I was ready for the ground to swallow me whole. Mark looked under the table again, this time with even more irritation. "Buddy!" he roared, making me jump. I relaxed completely, thinking I was in the clear. That confidence was my downfall. During dessert, when I was feeling almost like a member of the family, I let my guard down, and all the pressure was released with it. This wasn't a quiet hiss. This was a powerful, vibrating, long, and loud, well, you know, a sound that could wake the dead. A silence so profound I could hear my own heartbeat descended on the room. I looked at Mark, waiting for my salvation, waiting for that blessed dog's name. Mark slowly put down his spoon. His face was purple. He looked under the table with a fury I had never seen before. Then, still staring under the table, he yelled at the top of his lungs, "Buddy! Get out from under the table! He's gonna shit on you!" Oh!